Alright, I'm back with another review. This is book 2 in the Earthborn saga by Bissett. I think I'm saying his name right. I hope I am. But this is book 2, so beware, there are spoilers from book 1. If you haven't read book 1 yet, or if you plan on reading book 1 or it sounded interesting to you, you might want to skip this video and go read it before coming back, and then tell me what you think down below. If you don't care about spoilers and maybe you need more convincing to read this series, go ahead and keep watching, because here we go. Here's the summary. Ancient secrets, new battles, an unyielding, insidious peril, the Devourers, unleash chaos in the galaxy. First, their malevolent ice planet, Delta 13. Next, the enigmatic jungles of Preleteth. Rex Hunt, driven by destiny and cryptic legends, forges alliances in the galaxy's darkest corners. From pirate-infested asteroids to secret Imperial bases, danger lurks at every corner. When ancient prophecies from the sentient world of Preleteth point to a shadowy salvation, Rex's fate becomes irrevocably intertwined with a journey that spans galaxies. Every alliance forged, every secret unveiled, and every battle waged will shape the future in this grand space opera of courage, sacrifice, and comic revelation. Dive deep with Rex and his crew as they embark on a perilous journey. If you think you've outsmarted the might of the Empire or the ruthlessness of the Devourers, prepare for your reckoning. Alright, so I liked this book way more than the first one. Because I paid so close attention to the history and lore of the first book, this book just kept on giving like a gold mine. It built upon that history that I had already tucked away in my brain, and it kept expanding. And I was learning things that were actually taught were a lie. I was learning that things were skewed or perverted or different from what was actually learned. I find that absolutely amazing to put into a book because, you know, the victors always write the history books, right? The dialogue was a lot less stiff in this one. It was more natural and we knew the characters, and so that really helped a lot. The whole universe is absolutely fascinating, and the history, Bissett knows his world. He knows this universe. He knows each and every alien race, and he will tell you all about it. He has words that he's made up for these races, and it's amazing to see. You really get lost in these books, and I found myself just going, no, and really just embracing these characters and reacting to these situations, these things that were happening. I don't know if I mentioned it about the first book, but in the first book, it's like a problem arose and it was immediately solved. In this one, it gets a little more complex and you have to wait it out and you're like, oh my gosh. In the last book, you do learn that Lily has a fatal disease. She is slowly losing her mind and her ability to do certain things. And that's devastating to Rex, obviously, because they are meant for each other. There were a lot of twists, and the idea, can I give this away? Is this a big spoiler? Maybe I'll talk about it for the third book. But the way the alien races are done it is so amazing, and I've never really seen that done before. If I have, I didn't register it. But I love the origins of aliens. I love the origins of the planets and the planets having life and actually having a council of sorts. Oh, I think that is fascinating. I feel very, very nerdy reading these books because I'm just like, oh, this is so cool. I've never been one for history, but I've started learning to appreciate it. And even though this is false history, my brain, because I've started recognizing patterns in history and brushing up on things that I didn't really pay attention to in school, because I've started working on retaining that kind of information, I feel like this book was able to just go pfft. Lily and Hunt's relationship is the cutest and I love it so much. Not to mention the relationship between all of our little OG group and even the new characters that come in. They are well done, very well done. I gave this book 5 stars. I was very impressed by it. Now, these books are by no means perfect, but I love imperfect books because they're made by imperfect creatures. Don't trust a perfect person, and don't trust a song that's flawless. Everything about this book was great. It was well paced. I didn't find myself getting as lost as I did in the first one. The second book feels like a whole other plane of existence than the first one, I think. And I think another reason for that is because it takes it from this one planet to the Milky Way, the universe, you know? So I feel like it just broadens a bit, and then you have these new characters, you have all these other characters, and sometimes the way it's written, because He fluctuates between using the first name and the last name, and I have to remember both, which is really difficult because I'm really bad at names, but I'm getting better with these books, I guess, because I was like, okay, I know that name, and I know this goes to this person, so we're good. We also watch as Hunt develops his powers even further, thanks to Preleteth, the planet that they were trying to land on. We get to know about Alasha, who is, if I remember correctly, she's basically under the Emperor, and she is the sister. I think she's the Emperor's wife. I'm not quite sure. I think I got a little lost on that part, but I do know the Emperor, he trusted, I think it was her brother, with his life, and she had to trick him into stepping back and giving Krampus, who my brain remembered his name because Krampus, so I kept calling him Krampus for the longest time because I thought it was funny. It gave Krampus the Empire to kind of take care of because the Emperor is sick. So yeah. We also meet, I think his name's Welter, who is a part of an organization that quells mystical and magical beings and things across the universe. We also learn about the Omega, which no one's really allowed to talk about because they don't want the Devourers learning about it and attacking it and taking out their only weapon and their only chance to defeat the Devourers. Also, Hunt is needed to make this Omega go because of his abilities, because his family has been literally groomed to have this power and have a super potent version of it. There's a lot. There's a lot that happens in the books. I know I am missing so many things, but these are the main things, and it's a lot of moving pieces, and I really commend Bissett for just keeping it all aligned. Like, it's, oh my gosh. I get so lost in my own books sometimes where I'm like, what day is it even? What is happening? But he has it down packed. I would love to see his notes for these books because I can't even imagine what kind of good note taking that would consist of. Anyway, really, really liked this book. Loved it more than the first one. I will see you in the next video for the third one. Thank you for watching. If this was interesting to you, link is below along with the full description in the description, and I will see you in the next one.